guys, so welcome to the day 2 wrap of the ping ball Adelaide test. Like much look forward to this test match, especially from an Aussie point of view, given 1-0 down in the series. They have done properly bounced back in this test match. And under the night sky with the ping ball, like India's hopes look pretty much done and dusted for this test match. Until and unless Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy can do something unimaginable, like do a very good counter-attacking knock. Like still some hope left, but mostly like from a rational point of view, Aussies should get this done by tomorrow easily. So anyways, so like I've got Rishabh here with me, who has joined us in place of Pranav for the rest of the test match. So welcome, Rishabh. And so like before I come to you, so just a few points from my side will be, so to summarize this day as of now, I think the first 40 minutes belong to the India's bowlers. Compared to yesterday, they bowled much fuller lengths, attacking the stumps more and reaped the rewards as well, got the 2 wickets. But apart from that, I think since ever since when Travis Head came along with the Labuschagne as well, striking a gritty 60-odd, I think the game totally took a different turn, especially with the counter-attacking punching knock Travis had done. So I think like I think India maybe lacks some imagination. There have been talks about Rohit Sharma's captaincy being a bit unimaginative, like regarding setting up fields and attacking, like not bowling the short ball enough to Travis Head maybe. So we can come on that later. But overall, even I think the major difference has to be the twilight to the last session bowling of India and Australia. I think if you could see the last session today, the Aussies were pretty much on the target all the time, and India lacked that. So picking up just 1 wicket yesterday was not done. I mean, no matter even if India scored 250, I think that was a pretty decisive thing. Just picking up 1 wicket yesterday under the night sky. So anyways, so I think like it's 128 for 5, I think, trailing by 29. So as I said, all hopes lie on a counter-attacking knock from Reddy and Pant. So which can be done. I'm not counting out India as of now, but looks a bit improbable. So Rishabh, so coming to you. So given how the overall day's play panned out, so what do you feel like? What went wrong for India, and like over your thoughts basically? Yeah, go ahead.
If I have to summarize it in one word, it will be disappointing. I think that's disappointing to say the least. I mean, there are very other few words which can summarize the real emotions. I think you mentioned it correctly that we sort of lost the track of this test yesterday itself, where in the twilight session, we've seen like today there were 7 wickets which fell in the 3rd session. In yesterday's session, when India was bowling, we were just able to take that 1 Aussie wicket. And all the positives and all the good things which the bowlers had done in the first game, I think this one has gone exactly in the opposite direction. The bowlers were bowling, but they were not attacking the stumps. Hardly just 10-20% of the deliveries when they hit the stumps, the rest are going away from it. I think the batters can spend that time out there in the middle. They get that time to see the ball from the bowler's hand till it gets into the keeper's gloves. They get time to get their eye in. They get the time to spend time out there in the middle. And when you look at batters like Labuschagne, McSweeney, Head, who are sort of out of form and looking to, spend maximum time out there in the middle, when you give it to them, they're definitely not gonna let it go away without you paying the price for it. And that's exactly what happened with this Indian team. So the batting, we expected something like this, but all the hopes were pinned on the bowlers, and it all came crashing down, if I have to just say so.
True. I think when you say all the hopes were pinned on the bowlers, I think it's mainly on Bumrah. I think we are hoping for, because like if you can see the stats also like say that, I mean, Bumrah has been like the pick of the bowlers by miles. Like rest of the bowlers have just chipped in, even in Perth, like Bumrah was the main guy. But today, I think the main difference was that once Bumrah's spell was done, there was not consistent pressure from the other ends. Be it Harshit Rana, who leaked a lot of runs. Siraj bowled decently, not that bad, but still like not as threatening as Bumrah, definitely. But overall, I think, so there has been talks of Rohit Sharma's captaincy being under the scanner, like especially since the New Zealand Test series as well. Like today also we saw like being the field setup or like changing the bowlers around. It was very like monotonous. I think like how a person should go, like first he went to Bumrah, Siraj, then Rana, then. So do you think like maybe Ashwin could have given a go ahead in the morning, like when there was a lot of lead still left from India's point of view? Like, do you think he was brought late into the game, or maybe plans to Travis Head, maybe do the short ball ploy more often because he has a weakness on that? So overall, regarding Rohit Sharma's like as a test skipper in this test match and overall, what's your take?
He felt lost. That's what I can say. I mean, you spoke about Ashwin not being bought early in the morning. I think he should have bowled yesterday itself. Anyways, you're
True.
not getting any hits. Your pacers have done their job. Last 3-4 overs, just give Ashwin a chance to roll his arm over. It's not that he's not bowled with the new ball. He's opened in T20 with a white
Hmm.
new white ball. So it's not that he can't
Yeah.
handle that lacquer or he can't control the deliver ball or something like that. He can. So might as well just try. Also, in today's game, if you see, there was a heads chance, which I think it was head only, which went between Rishabh Pant and the second
Right,
slip,
right,
first
right.
slip. So it felt as if he went too defensive after a point to sort of leak runs. But we have seen in Test cricket, unless you attack, you don't get wickets.
True.
The bowlers are not in the best of the rhythm, you know that. But still, you try and attack. You try and give the bowler a field which he will be able to bowl to. And if you're not letting us keeping couple of slips and all, that's not going to work for you. I mean, even if you see today when Australia was bowling in the last over, which Scott Boland was bowling with, I think it was Nitish Reddy on strike, they had 4 slips and a
Yeah.
gully.
True.
That's the kind of setup which puts the batsman under pressure, because he knows that even if I don't hit it from the middle, I'm going to get caught behind. There, where Head knows that you're anyways bowling outside of, which is his strong area, he knows even if he slashes it, there is a huge gap between punt and the second slip. The ball can easily get to the boundary with no chance for any fielder to catch. So I think field setting was a bit questionable. He felt a bit lost. We are not really sure what the tactics were, but definitely a lot better could have been done.
Yeah, and also I think another like fact regarding the captaincy can be not bringing back Bumrah before the lunch break. I mean, he only bowled 4 or 5 overs, I think, in the first session, like which was kind of like not what we expected, because your lead bowler with a decent lead left should be getting more overs. Like if he thought that towards the twilight period he will use that, the by that time the match is gone. So anyway, so apart from that, I mean, like regarding the Indian batting, let's come. So we have talked about the bowlers. So we lost 5 wickets. So which was kind of predictable, because under the light, like night sky with Boland and Co, we know how threatening they can be. So do you think that the batting, like anything different could have been done, or it was just pretty good bowling? Like you can't do anything about it.
See, I would say it was pretty good bowling. The basic difference between the same twilight period yesterday when Australia was batting and today when India was batting was that the Indian bowlers did not let Australian batters play those many deliveries. And if you
True.
look at today, the line and the length which Australian bowlers were bowling, the Indians had to go for it. Like, even if you say KL Rahul's wicket, it felt like he threw away his wicket, but it was not that the ball was far wide down on the leg side. It was near
Yeah,
his waist only. So the two shots which he could have played was either the short arm jab which he did, or he could have tried and
that's
glanced
it.
it across his hips, which still the probability of him edging it and getting caught behind was still there. Look at Jaiswal's wicket. Boland coming over the wicket, bowling that perfect just outside the off stump line, which creates the batter's mind that even if you leave it and it nips back in, it will take your off stump. So the only difference was that the Australian bowlers made the Indian batters play, and I think that was about it. The rest, the ball did everything, and they were too skilled enough to do that. The Indian batters just didn't have any answer to that. So I think it's the Australian bowlers who did the job.
Yeah, fair enough. So I mean, like looking forward to tomorrow now. So like, what are your hopes? Like, how do you think? Like, is it like what can India do differently? I mean, I know that Rishabh Pant and Nitish Reddy can play only in one way, to counter attack. I don't think sticking around will help, especially with the sunshine and everything. They should make use of the conditions as much as possible before the pitch starts to like help the bowlers more. I think it's still a pretty decent pitch to bat on. I think they should try to score as many runs as possible in the first 2 sessions. If they can stick around that long, looks unlikely, but who knows. So apart from that, I think so. So like before we wrap up this, so just one final question on Virat Kohli and Rohit Sharma's like place in the Test side. Do you think, given the kind of form they have been, like let's talk about Virat Kohli first. So last 5 years, hardly 2-3 Test centuries, and like this one, like he doesn't look fluent at all. Be it he got a century in the last innings, but I don't think that was getting in form. I think that was just a pretty nice conditions and he got some runs. But so do you think that like both, let's talk about Rohit Sharma as well. So both of these players, are they holding back this batting team, or do you think they still have something to deliver to this side, or what can India do looking ahead?
See, I mean, some tough decisions need to be taken, but the way Indian cricket works, there's less chance that the team will tell them to like step down. Because
Yeah.
because Indian cricket works on the stars rather than the team.
True.
It's quite unfortunate, but that's how it is. So we can't change that. Uh, I think Rohit Sharma took a very bold decision in this test to drop down from his opening position because he knew that KL Rahul was doing a good job. So I
Yeah.
think something like that needs to be done. Maybe either of them play at a number 4 position rather than both occupying spaces. You can free up one space and keep rotating the two or anything. But I think I would still not take the harsh decision right now. Like pink ball conditions, so much swing. The Indian batters are not used to playing it in any place around the world. So I would still say that we will look at how this series goes, because when you play against Australia, experience also plays a huge role. So just for that, we'll see how the remaining 3 test match goes. And I think then going into the next World Test Championship cycle, some harsh decisions maybe need to be taken. And the way Gambhir is, maybe you can see some of those coming. But we hope so, all for the good of Indian cricket.
Definitely, even I think like yeah, they should be given the rest of the 3 matches this series. So like after that we should make a call, as you rightly said. So apart from that, I think just one little point I want to catch up on. I think we have seen with KL Rahul's dismissal in the first test match, and today also like there was an umpire's call which the like third umpire took a very quick look at it and then dismissed it. So after, as I think Matthew Hayden or someone said in the commentary, that the real images come after the decision has been made. So I think that's like something to look forward to in this series. Maybe the broadcasters, whoever, Cricket Australia, can look at it, because like these are very crucial moments in the matches. So you don't want very hasty decisions just to keep the game moving along. I mean, make the correct decisions and then move along rather. So I think like such quick decisions should not be made. And this is just a like thought I have. So yeah, so basically, so what are your like predictions for tomorrow? Aussies wrapping it up tomorrow, or do you see something like unimaginable happening or something? What's your thoughts basically?
I mean, like you mentioned it really well, that Aussies wrapping it up tomorrow is inevitable. That is going to happen. The only question is how fast. So if you just have to be quite hopeful, right? That's how I have been in this series. That I'm not very positive that India will do well, but I am hopeful. So I would say maybe if the Nitish Reddy and Pant play out the initial half an hour, then go to their attacking instincts. If a wicket falls, Ashwin comes in, holds one end up while the other goes doing their job. If we are able to at least take a lead of 80, 90 or 100, we will lose, but we will lose with our heads held slightly higher than actually like stooping down. So that's what I'm hoping for. But I think the first half an hour is going to be really very crucial. If the Aussies get even 1 wicket in the first half an hour, then probably the first session is all I think it will take for them to take the lead. But yeah, 1-1 is inevitable now.
Yeah, definitely. I think so. I don't know. Like, yeah, I think even like from a rational point of view, 1-1 looks inevitable. So let's see what fight Indians can show tomorrow. That's all we can look forward to. New young player Nitish Reddy. Let's see what he's made up of. So he has shown decent promise in this game and the last game as well. So overall, so again, like we will catch up with you tomorrow as well. So after the day's play, to do a review of the day, so how it went and everything. So thanks for joining, Rushabh, and thank you everyone who watched this. Do let us know in the comments or on Twitter, Instagram, on our pages. So what are your thoughts about this today's play? So do you feel that do you also feel the same way about Rohit Sharma's captaincy? Like, do you feel he could have been more innovative rather than sticking to a single game plan for a long time? And overall, like let us know your thoughts. And thanks for watching. See you soon tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.